on KRBE, a Cumulus media station.
Good morning, everyone.
We ready?
Live from the TXU Energy Studio.
The Roula and Ryan Show with producer Eric, Special K, and Sam.
And welcome to the Village Science segment of the show.
Any village music?
I am calling, put some Greek music on, Sam. I'm calling it Horio Science. The word in Greek for village is Horio. Horio. And me and my friends for years have talked about these old wives' tales things that your moms or grandmas will tell you. And we say, oh, that's Horio Science right there. And one of my friends just texted, I am living for this Horio Science segment. This is coming off of Believe It or Not. We started talking about how one of our coworkers who was expecting a baby was told, you can't be indoors during the eclipse last weekend. Wrapped her up and hid her in a closet.
Her in-laws are Hispanic, and they said, wrap her up right now, put her in the closet. She can't go out during the...
Keep her safe during the eclipse.
And she's like, what?
Why?
She's like,
What's happening?
And she's Cuban. She's like, what?
I don't know what's happening. So we asked the question, what is one of those things in your culture that people like swear by or made you do, even though you're like, this is silly, but they're like, no, you gotta do it. We're going to call it Village Science, Horio Science at 713-390-KRBE. The phone lines are full. We're going to try and get to as many people as we can. Hi, Juanita. You're up first. Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Morning.
Yours has to do with the eclipse also? Give it to us.
Yes. So my mom always brought us up to, when there's an eclipse, to always put a safety pin on your shirt when you're pregnant or you're about to be pregnant. And put something red, like a red ribbon or a red bead or anything like that. That just protects the baby for not getting like a birthmark, an ugly birthmark or red mark, or the baby doesn't come out something wrong with the baby.
So put a safety pin and you have to wear something red.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And my daughter-in-law, she's just pregnant, so that's exactly what I did. I called her. I was like, hey, I need you to do this and this and that. She's like, that's so weird. My mom just did that to me. I was like, yes.
So wait, you're telling me for all the 40 weeks of pregnancy, Juanita, you got to wear red?
Or just the eclipse?
Just the eclipse.
No,
just during the eclipse. Okay,
yeah.
got it.
Just the eclipse.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Are you Hispanic, or what's your culture?
I am Hispanic.
And
my mom, my dad are Hispanic.
Anybody dive deep onto who brought this, like who made this happen? Like who made this up and why? Was there actual proof?
I mean, my mom's always done it. She's always told us, her mom. So it's just generations after generations that, I mean, my grandma even told me, when I was even pregnant with my kids, my grandma would be like, put a safety pin, put a red ribbon. And I was like, but there's no eclipse. She's like, it doesn't matter. She's like, that way, you're protected. The baby, nothing comes out with the baby. And I'm like, okay. So I only did it with the eclipse.
And you have to do it because, God forbid, if something...
happen,
I told you should have done it. You should have done it.
Can't live with that.
Juanita, thank you very much for sharing that story because Rosario, Jessica, and Shelly all were saying about the same thing.
Yeah.
About wearing red if you're pregnant during the eclipse to save yourself from birthmarks or birth defects.
So I guess I wish I knew this before last week. Then I would have looked around.
Yeah, see how many people are wearing red. Or you probably wouldn't see any pregnant women.
What if you're like, red's not my color?
Oh, yeah,
that's not my color,
You like earth tones, right? That's what you said.
That's how you said I was an earth licker.
Like, I'm sorry, wait, hold on. Wait, like a
like a boot licker?
Lick the dirt or liquor like a drink?
You're an earth licker.
Tree huggers, earth lickers. I'm not sure.
You really love earth.
Okay, Nadine is up next. 713-390-KRV. Village Science. What is something that your culture has told you need to do to solve the world's problems? Nadine, hello. Good morning.
Good morning. Love you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, so my baby, it was my first child, had no idea what to do. She had bad, GI symptoms. It wasn't quite colic. It wasn't crying, but just constant pushing. She couldn't eat, all these issues, right? None of the doctors knew what to do. My dad came to visit. He's like, there's something wrong with your baby. I'm like, yeah, gee, thanks. He's like, well,
gee, thanks.
Back in my day, we used to just boil fennel seed, like a little bit of fennel seed, 1 teaspoon in a cup of water for 30 minutes. And he's like, we just give a little bit to the baby and it helps with the stomach distension. And I was like, I'm not giving some weird crap to my baby.
Yeah.
Right.
No. And he was like, well, you're struggling and I'm going to leave town and you can try or you can sit here and struggle. So he left and I just thought about it and I was like, okay, I'm going to give it a try. I'm telling you, this was magic. So I just gave a half a teaspoon with the feedings and it relaxed her so much she fell asleep initially. I was like, oh my gosh.
Okay, wait.
So then I just gave
Did I miss a step? You're supposed to feed her the boiled water of the fennel seeds?
Or
give her a little bit?
It was so when I started it when she was 3 months old, so it was a quarter teaspoon. So I just put it in the very tip of the nipple first. I let her drink that and it relaxed her to where she just ate a full meal, and then she slept, and then eventually her stomach went down like a whole diaper size.
Whoa!
Because it was always
the fennel seed
distended,
helps with bloating and colic.
weird.
Oh, yeah.
Would that
So
help
if you
with
look
it?
it up,
Does it help with
adults
us?
can actually drink it.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You can
if I
buy
boil
seed
fennel
that has
seeds and I let it go
other
room
things in
temperature.
too.
Where do you get fennel seeds at? Or funnel
Well,
seeds?
fennel.
Oh, it's
You can find it at
just
the grocery store.
It's at the grocery store.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just go to
So
the
once
fennel
you
seed.
you can Google it online, the exact recipe, but it only lasts like a couple days in your fridge. So it is a pain in the butt, but
Worth
oh my
it.
gosh, it helped my kids.
Where was your
so
dad
much.
from?
I did it for my second child.
I missed that part. Where was your dad from?
Yeah, where's your family from?
Ukraine.
Ukraine. Okay.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Okay.
I never knew that.
I'm glad that worked for you.
A lot of
My doc, the pediatrician says, hey, if it works, it's fine. I've never heard anything. And then my kids did so well, and we were just happy, and they're fine.
wow.
2 years and 10.5 months. It worked for both of them.
Damn.
Fennel
Work for
seed.
you.
A quarter teaspoon
Yeah.
of fennel
Oh, yeah.
seed.
If you're
my
listening to
God.
this,
Yeah, they
consult
went
your
on a
doctor.
schedule.
Yeah, I know, right?
Don't blame us. I don't want anyone to.
Consult your doctor. Nobody has texted me about the onion on the ankle thing, but please 37530 if you know that. The onion on the ankle, how it helps with swelling. If you hurt yourself, maybe I should have done that instead of had surgery. I don't know.
Onion on your bunion?
I couldn't. I didn't have a bunion.
Onion on your bunion.
Is that a new thing?
I didn't have that.
And you cook
Why
it
you
next?
eat Funyuns?
Remember I told you about my mom said with the zits?
Yeah.
Take a little piece of bread, dip it in milk, put it on there with a Band-Aid, and it sucked the zit out.
That is so gross.
It did work.
That is so
I just put
disgusting.
toothpaste on it.
And then I had a crouton after.
I've heard of that.
it was so
You're
yummy.
disgusting.
Michelle is
My
up
Caesar
next.
salad.
Sicko.
Village Science here on the Roula and Ryan Show. What does your family
So
tell you to
weird
do?
science?
Or
Village
Science. Hodeo Science. Okay, Michelle, good morning. Hello. Welcome to the Roula and Ryan Show.
Hey, good morning, guys. First, I love you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, my village signs, I'm Mexican, so of course I have a lot of them. But when I was pregnant, I was told with my firstborn to, when you go to the beach and you're coming back home from the beach, you tell your baby, he or she, hey, like, it's time to come home, like, you know, we had fun. Excuse me, we had fun, but let's go home now. And so the way it was explained to me is that, well, your baby is in water, you know, when he in your stomach.
Sure, yeah.
So, and he is in water when you're at the beach. So he or she could get confused. I'm saying he because my firstborn is boy.
Yeah.
He could get confused. So
And want
when
to, like,
you leave,
appear
and
early,
you get,
premature?
you know, on your way home, back to dry land, you tell him, hey, come on, we had fun, but let's go home. Let's, you know.
So you
let's
talk to your
come back
baby when you
home.
go to the beach. Like your baby in your stomach, you
Yes.
say, time to go home. Even though it's your body
Yes.
moving you.
You do that
to
when you were
go
taking a
home.
bath as well?
Yeah, what about that? Or swimming?
No. So, no, it was just the beach. It was
Okay.
only the beach. Something to do about the waves and the waves
Motion
hitting
of
your
the
stomach.
ocean.
Or, you know, like, I'm Mexican, so I never questioned. I just did.
It's true. Michelle, it's true. You just do it.
You know that.
And then when you ask them, they're like, just stop it. You're just going to do it. Just
So
stop it. Because they
Mexicans are
don't
like-
have a reason. They're just
Yes,
doing it. Same with the
yes.
Greeks.
Yes,
weird.
and my kids, my daughter, she's 23, my son is 18. So when I tell them, you know, XYZ, don't do it, and they question me, and I'm like, well, I don't know. I was just told not to do it, so I don't do it. I never
Are you going to
questioned.
make your, let's say if you had a daughter and she grows up to have a baby, would you make her do it? Like, oh, yeah, you're
I bet
on
you
the beach.
will.
You got to talk
Yeah.
about it.
Yes.
You gotta
Passed on.
continue
Yes.
it on.
Yes.
Because it worked for
Okay.
you.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, like I have one more. When you have a baby and you're at the dinner table and you're eating, and the person across from you wants to, oh, let me hold your baby or whatever, you never cross the baby over the table. Never do that.
Oh, no,
you
why is
go
that?
around. You go around the table
Okay.
to pass the baby, and the reason being is because in Mexico, when babies pass, they do their wake on the table, on the dining
Oh, the
table.
wake.
They're home.
It's like bad.
real sad.
Never thought of
Morbid.
that.
The wake.
Yes.
So
So
you don't
you
put it
never
in.
allow you also never allow you know how I've seen people do it a lot when they're changing the baby's diaper. Oh, they just put them on the dinner table or on a table.
So
on
gross.
a table. It's like, no, like, you don't do that. I quickly go and pick up the baby off the table. Like, don't do that.
Well, where do you want to do it? On the floor? Change the baby on the floor?
We put that pad
table
down
is
and then put it on the floor.
super gross,
Might
yeah.
be safer, I guess.
There's a couch. Use the
Yeah,
couch.
probably.
Use the chair. Use the back of your truck.
True.
Anything. Don't use the
I don't
table.
know.
Michelle, people are like, this is how intense Mexican mamas are. Just the text was like about all these things that you're hearing. I think that every culture has that, and if you think about like in my Greek culture, we have so many things. And even though, have you all heard of the evil eye? You've probably seen this on candles or things. It's like a blue eye. It was like, the evil eye.
Is it a Middle East thing or?
I don't know if it started in Greece and it went to the Mediterranean because I've seen different cultures use it. But a lot of people say in Greek the phrase is oh my god, matiasika. Like if Sam saw me on Wednesday, my first day, right? Like Kevin said some very nice things my first day back when I came in here, and he was like, "Oh my god, you look so good." Like I'd be like, "Okay, well, mate. Like don't give me mate." Like if you compliment someone too much, you're gonna jinx them or you're gonna make them start feeling bad or whatever, and be like, "Oh, matiasika." And so the mati is like a thing.
What's the stuff you burn? My mother-in-law does that to get rid of when bad things are happening to us. Was it sage?
Yeah.
I hate that smell.
Really? I don't know the smell. I just know incense smell. I don't know the smell.
I think it's sage.
But people say you gotta sage your house.
It's like a big old thing.
And then they take it around and
you gotta get the devil in.
Get the demons out.
Get the demons.
There's one thing I do where you have to walk in. If you come into my house and you walk into the front door, do not leave from the side door. You have to exit from the front door. You have to go out from the same door you walked in. I've been doing this since before. My family's been doing this before I was born. It's a Greek thing.
Hey, Irvin,
I don't know what it means.
Real quick for 20 seconds. Jump over here because next week we'll do this one.
Irvin does our digital, and he's in the room filming this for digital later.
Where's your family from?
El Salvador.
And you're saying that we should do this for Halloween next week or the next couple weeks about boogeyman for every culture?
Yeah, so I believe that every culture has like their own boogeyman. And whenever I was a kid, I was terrorized by my dad about a specific story about this lady in the woods.
What was her name?
Yeah,
she has a name?
In Spanish, her name is La Siwanawa.
La Siwanawa.
Sort of similar to La Llorona, but sort of going after those drunk men in El Salvador.
So to be continued.
So we'll hear about that next week.
What is the story of La Siwanawa?
Siwanawa.
Siwanawa.
And what was that the other monster thing you said? You said some
El
other...
Duende.
Oh, the elves.
The elves.
Little elves.
Yeah.
We have heard about these little creepy elves.
Yeah.
We'll have to dig into those stories next week. All right, guys, go to the listener line. It's open for you anytime if you want to comment. 713-278-VENT, what your village science is from your culture.
Yep, love to hear
Or
it.
there's another La Siwanawa in your culture, whatever your La Siwanawa is. We want to hear those stories because the month of October, we're doing all the stories of the spooky
We
and
have
paranormal.
couples court coming up, Roula.
Yeah.
We're going to change the lives of two people that are fighting over a vacation.
Oh, is it vacation? Okay.
Yeah.
So that's where you reach out to us, and we have to tell you what to do with your life. Couples Court's in session next on The Roula and Ryan Show.
It's Roula and Ryan's Couples Court, 104.1 KRBE.
All right, y'all go to krbe.com and reach out to Eric. He will get you on the show so that we can find out what you guys are bickering about.
But I always tell them, you have to abide by our judgment, by our ruling.
Because, we really follow up with that and make sure.
Right.
But it gives the other person the leg up. The problem is now we have Judge Roula, Judge Eric, but we have Judge Sam over here, but I forgot about her.
She's indecisive.
Yeah, very indecisive.
Somebody texted that. Sam's not going to know how to
She'll be
answer.
waffling during this.
Yeah.
I don't hurt your feelings. Oh, no. I was like, oh, come on, be a judge.
Okay, so, yes, Couples Court is in session. Who's standing by? We've got Joe and Lucille. Let's welcome them now. Hi, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to
Couples Court.
all us girls doing the judging.
Just hanging out.
So the judges today, like we said, it's Roula, Eric, and Sam. And obviously you guys are bickering over something that hopefully we can help you find the answer to. What's going on? Joe, you reached out. Tell us about it.
Well, here's the deal. We're doing well financially, so there's no problems with our marriage with regards to finances or our love life. Everything is great.
Okay, that's great.
But there's an issue about traveling. I'm a family guy.
Mm-hmm.
I have a big family. I would love to be home for Christmas, spending time with our family and our immediate family, but my wife's sister-in-law has these other ideas where she likes to travel during the holidays. I like to be home.
So your sister-in-law or your wife's sister, or you said
Or is
sister?
it your wife's brother's wife? I mean, your wife's brother's wife.
Who is this again? This is your wife's sister?
It's my wife's sister, my
Okay.
sister-in-law.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
She pulls my wife. My wife is younger, so she has a little bit of an influence on my wife, and she just wants to take her off to Canada somewhere for a holiday. I want to spend some time at home with family.
Okay, and so you guys are bickering about whether to go to Canada or not?
I don't want to bicker about it anymore, to be quite honest with you. I want to be home. I want to stay home with my wife, the kids, in Houston.
Okay, so...
Sometimes kids want to stay home, too, like
Right, because
Christmas morning.
how is Santa going to find you if you're at a different location?
Yeah, and how old are your kids, by the way? Like her kids, if that other family has kids, like what are the ages of the kids between yours and theirs?
We're 8 and 15.
Okay.
So and I think the sister-in-law has a bunch. I'm not quite, honey. I'm not quite sure of their ages.
How old are your
Around the
sister's
same
kids?
age. Yeah, they're 13.
Okay.
They're 13 and 10, so
Okay.
they're around the same age.
All right, so you give us your side of it. We've heard Joe. He doesn't want to travel. Your sister wants to travel. What's the scoop?
Well, I get it. I get why he's a bit miffed. Because we do this every year, and my sister can be a bit, how should we say, pushy, overbearing.
Okay.
But I love my sister, and I love their family, and the kids are still young. This is when the memories are made. So he keeps saying he wants to spend time with his family. This is his family. These are your family, babe. These are our whole family, and they... Canada could be really fun. We need to make memories.
I get the whole memory thing, but,
Yeah, especially the cousins
financially,
are the same
yeah.
age.
Can I ask, have you gone on vacation with them previously for other holidays? Or is it they are always traveling and inviting you to come with them?
That's exactly what it is. But what's
That's
wrong
the
with
issue.
that?
Yeah,
They
okay.
always travel, but they don't come here.
So that's their thing. They like to make the travel during Christmas. A lot of people
Yeah.
like to stay home.
Don't get me wrong. I'm sorry, hon. Don't get me wrong. I like to travel as well. Well, let's do it like normal people do. Memorial Day,
During summertime.
Labor Day,
Yeah.
not Christmas.
Listen, I've never been to Canada at Christmas time, but I bet it's a white wonderland amazingness.
And
Yeah.
It
freezing.
is, and what do you mean normal people? That's very normal, babe, to be able to travel during the holidays. Lots of normal people do that.
I can see both sides, but does your sister, does she come back and
Does she ever say,
spend
hey, I'll come to
Christmas?
Houston and be with you guys?
Like it'd be old, like
Right.
One,
That would
she
get
goes to Hawaii
annoying.
one
That would
year,
get really
London.
annoying.
She's never here for the holidays.
I mean, no, that's not
No.
really their thing. They like to travel during the holidays, and I get it. So do I. I think it would be great for all of us.
Okay, so the issue at hand for Couple Score, if you're just tuning in, Joe and Lucille are married, and the debate is whether they should or should not travel to Canada to see Lucille's sister's family. That's not where they live. That's where Lucille's
Right.
sister's family is going to travel to. And even though they're doing well financially, it's not a financial question because y'all could go if you wanted to. It's about the
Right.
principle, I guess, right, Joe? You're like, make them come to us. Where do they actually live? Like, where's their home base?
So they're in Los Angeles.
Okay. Wow. They're going to go from Los Angeles to Canada for Christmas
So they must be
instead
going
of coming to Houston.
Like, shoot up to like Vancouver or something, maybe.
Yeah.
Just straight up.
I guess, yeah.
It'd be pretty.
Even nice and snowy.
It's gonna be
gorgeous,
honey.
guys.
I'm sorry, honey, but it's gonna be freezing in
Right.
Canada, in Toronto on Christmas Day.
That'd be
I
a
mean,
turn
listen.
off for me. I'd be like, nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
And
You
Lucille,
guys,
can I
this
add in
is
here?
literally, yes.
Lucy, I'm going to
All
add in
right.
here as a girl who loves to see the winter scene. I have been in the winter scene. My skin cracks. My lips are dry.
It's not
I'm
for Roula.
freezing to death.
I'd rather just watch the Hallmark movies.
I'm going to put a winter
Yeah.
scene from YouTube on my television and just look at the snowfall.
Sam and I grew up in the cold.
It's beautiful, but like I'm not trying to
No.
shovel out my car,
There's a
the
reason why
sidewalk.
we moved to the
Yes.
south.
I'm not trying to have like winter jackets
but
on.
to your point, Sam, though, they're not shoveling out cars because if they stay in a hotel or whatever.
That's
or-
true.
Exactly. We're
Right.
not doing any manual
Yeah.
work, you guys. We're literally just enjoying the snowfall. We're going skiing, hot chocolate. This is
Dang, I'm out.
beautiful.
I'm out.
Oh,
I'm gonna
see,
break
I
your
like
back
that.
and break your butt. I'm out. I'm
How old are the
skiing.
kids? I'm trying to write my notes here.
Is it 8, 13,
Yeah.
15?
8 and 13
8, 15.
and 15.
So they're like active.
Yeah.
They could have
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
That could be a lot of.
That's good memory.
And have you guys
Exactly.
ever spent the holidays away together with them before, or would this be like a first time experience?
No, we do this every year.
Yeah, every year they travel.
Oh, my
I gotta
God.
go.
Oh, every
year they travel for
Sorry.
Christmas?
Okay. Oh no, I would want to stay home too.
I think what you need to do is ask the kids.
Yeah, but then what if she like pushes the kids like, don't y'all want to go skiing, guys?
Right. Of course they're gonna want to go and do something.
Well, then
Either
you-
stay
but-
home in your house,
but you
which
want the-
is like
Exactly.
boring,
You know the
or
kids
go
don't
and do
do
something
that.
different.
Well, then Joe, you got to hit hard on Santa Claus.
Happy life,
Be
happy
like,
life.
Hey, it's easier for Santa Claus to find us if we're in home
Yeah.
base.
Joe, they're gonna have
I
fun
want to
up
buy
there.
a real tree, presents under the tree,
Right.
dinner with the family, something.
Not in a
you know,
hotel.
I'm going.
Not in a
I'm going
hotel
with. I'm
somewhere.
changing my. I was thinking about you.
Yeah,
going
I-
with you,
We
but
can
I'm
do
going with
all
Lucille.
of those things. We can just do them like a day before before we leave.
You're going with Lucille? I'm going with Joe.
Because
It's
the kids are
every single
older.
year, though. Every single year
And the
that
kids
they go
expect that. The kids are going to be so
That's
bummed to
true.
spend.
So then tell the
That's
sister to bring her
right.
family down here and make
Those kids are going to be
memories.
miserable. They're used to, they're
But
spoiled
maybe
now.
you could plan that next year, Roula. Like next year, you guys have to come. Like next year, your sister
Has to
has
come
to
here.
come to Houston, and then this year, you guys could go to Canada.
Or maybe just let her
Oh,
do her
man.
thing. I'm going with Joe. Joe, I'm still on your side. Make her sister find other family to go join them in Canada. And you get your Houston Christmas.
It's a good bonding for the cousins, and they're
And
having
if they're
fun.
expecting it every year because they go every year,
Yeah, they're going to be so.
Yeah.
they're going to be
ticked
really
off.
bummed if they don't. Because it's
Oh,
going to be like,
God.
oh,
That's
cool,
right.
now I just got to hang out at the
Are
house.
you turning over on my side now,
Oh,
Sam?
crap. Can I how about this? I
you
will
take
come.
husking?
Yeah, can you take me and my husband, and I have a small child? I'll go in your guys' place.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know that would work.
Come on, Lucille.
All right, so I'm still going with Joe, but you guys are going with Lucille?
Yeah, but I'm going with Lucy. I don't know what Sam is. I just feel like they've been doing this every year. These kids.
That's what I'm thinking. The
They
kids
look
now,
forward to
they do
it.
look
Yeah.
forward to it. And if the money's not an issue,
Yeah, well,
then why not?
Those are great memories.
Exactly.
I say make the sister come to you.
Yeah, but plan that for next year.
Or
You know what I
next-
mean?
Well, can't we
Year,
plan it
next
now?
year.
Or
No,
plan-
because they probably already booked everything. Don't you have to book everything in so far
know.
advance? You have to book
it's
everything.
really
so
No, we haven't booked anything yet. Let's stay home, honey. Please,
So you
let's
want to.
stay
Book anything
home.
yet. So early, Sam. It's not even November yet.
Oh.
And maybe some people do plan skiing early, but I'm just saying.
You
if
have
y'all
to plan
go
it
every
early.
year. If y'all go every year and y'all travel somewhere with them every year, make them come
Exactly.
here.
No way.
Exactly.
We'll do that next year. We'll
Yeah,
plan
next
for
year.
next year.
I think I'm with Lucille.
I say push the can down the road. Say next year, and then next year, go say the following year.
Oh my God, you
As the
are
kids get
awful.
older, they're going to want to go to more places.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Lucille, I'm going with you.
I think I'm Lucille too.
I'm still going Joe. Okay, listen. I know that you're supposed to abide by the ruling, and technically, yes,
have
Lucille
to.
has won this.
You have to,
However, if there's any way
Nope.
you can convince her to stay here, that means you have to get her a massive Christmas gift.
Nope, ain't gonna. It's not gonna matter because then you got to get one for the kids. It'll be
Yeah,
It's cheaper to
I
go
think
to Vancouver or
it could
Toronto.
be cheaper. Like this is your gift instead of buying all those little gifts.
It's a Canadian winter wonderland for you, Joe.
Yep.
Take lots of
whole
moisturizer.
year.
Your hands are going to need it.
Yep. Good luck,
Lip
guys.
balm and all the things.
We'll see you next year in the court. I'm sure we'll make sure the docket is
or where are
freed
you
up.
going next?
Joe, remember this and come back to us next August and get it ready and say, remember last year? She said she stayed in Houston.
There you go.
Take care,
And I'll be
guys.
singing a whole different tune,
Hon,
babe.
I love you.
promise.
Oh, that's sweet.
I love you.
Oh, we just love you too. It's just so sweet. All right, enjoy freezing to death. Okay, have a good time.
Bye.
Thanks for coming to our show, guys. Take care.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Again, Sam proving herself that she's indecisive.
Yeah, she's a waffler. Waffling.
I was with Lucille, and then I was with Joe, then I was with Lucille.
I know.
By the way, somebody on text said that the one time they spent Christmas in Minnesota, and they said, hell no, will they ever need to see that again because it was so miserably cold in that frozen tundra. Stay home.
My one daughter's
They're
upset
Team
'cause
Joe.
we're going to be in the middle of the ocean on Christmas Day.
Oh, really?
And she's like,
On a cruise.
Don't tell anybody where you're going.
Oh, yeah, I'll get in trouble there. People will be like, you'll go rob your house. Well, I live in a high rise. Good luck.
Right? Try and find which number it is.
But I'm like,
Is it this one? Is it this one? Maybe it's 410. Is it this one?
but I'm like, honey, you're going to get your presents that day. And it's not like you're a kid anymore. You know, they want, just go to Sephora. They want to bath stuff. I don't understand these kids nowadays. Any kid from 11 to 17.
Yes, some starts at 10. They want skincare.
Skincare's just
Oh, wow.
exploded now.
I would like to kiss my
Ultra,
child,
what's it
my
called?
daughter's
Ultra or
cheeks
Ultra?
and not taste moisturizer. She's 10.
I know, like, what the? Your guys' skin.
Why are
They're
you wearing
getting
moisturizer? Okay, anyway. That's Couples Court. Go to krbe.com so you can be part of that if you are bickering with your mate. Coming up next, we have Pete Davidson tickets to give away,
Nice.
and we're going to pull the grand prize winner for the Grand Prix.
I love that because they have to
Circuit
go
of the
this weekend.
Americas. Sunday is the day. We'll explain. Coming up next on The Roula and Ryan Show.
Screen to the big house.
Roula and Ryan Celebrity Scoop.
104.1 KRBE.
It is brought to you by Innovative Lasers of Houston. Pete Davidson hosted Saturday Night Live last weekend, and he's going to be here at the Bayou Music Center November the 30th. We've got a pair of tickets for you. If you are caller 10-713-390-KRBE, you will see him at the Bayou Music Center. And Eric, did you say that you had details on how the actors of SNL are getting away with
forget-
actually doing SNL, even though there's a strike?
There's certain, like, because they're not considered actors
Parameters?
for that.
Improv
SNL,
actors,
yeah,
live actors?
like improv and stuff. There's a Variety did some article on it and stuff. I just can't remember it. I was bored with the second paragraph.
You fell asleep.
I'm like, this is boring.
You're like, no, I don't want to read this.
They can't have the hosts have to be like. That's why you've seen comics. Bad Bunny's doing it this week. He's doing music
and
hosting.
And then next week, Nate Bargatze, the comic, and the Foo Fighters.
Bargatze, isn't it?
Bargatze.
He's really funny.
Oh, you're right. Yes, the Etsy, because he does a whole thing about his name and his stand-up on Netflix.
He's good friends with JT because they're both from Tennessee.
That's right, the Tennessee kid.
He's got that southern drawl.
Oh.
Have you ever heard his comedy, Sam? Nate Bargatze?
No, I feel like he's been on my Instagram timeline recently.
Yeah.
He's like coming around.
Reels coming around.
I can't, for some reason, think of it right now.
Like a good example is he was in the parking lot of a grocery store.
Yeah.
And there was a man. I'm not going to deliver it right, but there was an older man that's in the parking lot. And Nate gets out of his car and he's like getting something out of the back seat. And this guy goes, Olivia? And he was like, what? He was like, oh, I thought you were my wife.
He's like, wait, why do I look like a
your
woman?
wife is really ugly, or I look like a woman. Like he goes on this whole thing about how he's so out of shape and he feels so bad, like he felt weird, like he thought I was his wife Olivia, and it's just his delivery is just real funny. Like,
okay,
you know, like he had his of course you have to talk about your family and all the things and your. All the things. And
all the things she said, all the things she said, Roula says, all the things.
All the things. Somebody pointed out a long time ago that I say all the things, and every time I say all the things, I think of that. I don't know who it was.
We all have crutches.
And I don't know how to not say it because when I'm just trying to say, and all that.
I text us,
and all that jazz.
What should Roula say? And all that jazz.
Instead of saying all the things, what is another phrase I can say? Because when you're trying to explain that, and all that stuff.
Because you want to talk about
all the details.
All the details.
I say, all the things. Right? So what's another phrase for that? 37530. Anyway, Nate Bargatze. He has really funny comedy, and it's clean comedy. He doesn't cuss. It's very family friendly.
Now, Pete's a little bit different.
Pete's a whole different story.
When I saw him open for Mo Amers, I saw him, then Pete went on, and then Jon Stewart, and then Dave Chappelle. That was a cool night.
But you said that Pete Davidson's comedy was so awkward.
The whole
people
crowd,
felt so strange.
He had the crowd, and then all of a sudden...
The air went out of the balloon.
When he said one joke, I don't even want to repeat it, but I was I was laughing because it was so awkward, and I like that awkward stuff.
Gosh,
and I just saw all the women go, "Oh, clutch my pearls!"
I clutched my pearls.
But he's getting better too because this was like 2017.
Yeah, maybe it seems like he's like softened a little bit now.
Yeah,
has more material.
Yep.
Which, by the way, speaking of stand-up comics, we had Michael Yo on last week. Michael Yo is a Houstonian. His parents live here. He used to work at KRBE. He became a DJ in Austin. Then he went to Miami. Then he got on the Chelsea Handler show. And he's been doing the stand-up circuit for like 12 years now. I can't believe it's been 12 years. Joe Coy kind of took him under his wing, turned him into a comic, like legit comic. He travels all the time. He's coming to the House of Blues February 3rd. And we had him on the show. And for those of you who missed that conversation, I was telling Michael Yo the story the first time I saw his room when I met his roommate and this whole long convoluted story. And he was like, and I said, I did stand-up comedy when I was 19. And he was like, oh my God, I'll give you 5 minutes at my show. And so I was like,
House of Blues,
sure,
baby.
I'll take that challenge. So on February 3rd, he has like an opener. He has his whole people, but I'm the first 5 minutes. And so we talked the other day to catch up about, okay, cool, this whole thing.
You're like, you sure you want me to do this?
And I said, should I be more scared? I'm just feel like it's fine. 5 minutes, I know in radio, 5 minutes goes like a snap.
I mean, you just have to make sure you got good jokes.
Well, I feel like 5 minutes is
just
so
tell a story.
short.
You gotta. That's what I'm saying. 5 minutes is give you a whole lot of time.
Bring it, Roula. You gotta bring it.
Like when they go watch a bunch of comedians on like Conan.
But I know how they like the quick 5 minute bit.
They go on, they're on TV. They only get like 3 to 5 minutes max. They got to really make it count.
Yeah. So, and here's the thing about comedy is I've noticed this over the years since I studied trying to be a comic when I was 19. Every comic from now, when I tell you this from now on, the rest of your life, you're going to notice this. Every comic from Nate Bargatze to anybody you see on those specials, the first story they start with, it's referenced as the last thing they say before they're out.
Come back to it.
It's like a giant circle.
Yes.
Like even if they don't rehash it, they just make that note, like fish loaf.
Callback.
Like the callback. Or is that what it's called? The callback? Yeah, they start with something and then by the end of the thing comes right back around.
Go with your strength. And we proved it this morning when we talked about
the old wives' tale stories and the
about
Greek
cultures
culture
and stuff. Stick with that stuff.
Yeah, because when I used to do stand-up, that's what I would talk about.
And that was during the time when My Big Fat Greek Wedding came out, and her name was Tula.
Yeah, but that was before that because I did comedy in 1996.
Oh, yeah, that didn't come out till 2000.
Yeah.
3 years.
It was like 95 or 96. And Big Fat Greek Wedding came out in 2000 or 2001.
What was your first joke? Do you remember?
It was like the Jimmy Shoes.
What's the deal?
I should probably tell you about the Jimmy Shoes in my 5 minutes, but the Jimmy Shoes traumatized me when I was in 4th grade. Hey, Leslie, did you get new Jimmy?
Now, you're gonna do your 5 minutes in front of your husband?
Yeah, of course
Practice.
he'll be there.
Practice.
Oh, here? Yeah, sure.
Practice.
Like, so you
And
can practice?
Thomas actually is
Because
good.
Tassos knows a lot of comedians.
He knows a lot of comics, so he'd
Friends
be a
with,
good
what's her name?
soundboard.
Christella?
Christella, yes, and also Raj. Oh, Tasso, tell me his last name. He was here last night performing. Tasso went to go see him. Raj.
Oh, yeah. What was... He's from
Oh,
Dallas,
God, I
yeah.
keep forgetting Raj's last name. Anyway, Raj used to be on my husband's show in Dallas when he did live talk radio, and he got to know a lot of comics that way, and they now have made it, and so they came back around. All right, anyway, so February 3rd, Michael Yeo will be at House of Blues.
We're all
It'll be
going to go
fun.
to that. We're going to be cheering you on.
Yes.
Yeah, it'll be good times. Okay, now we were
Or should
giving
we boo
away...
you? Boo, kana, boo.
Don't boo her.
No.
Boo, Ben Kanab.
No, we're going to be cheering you on.
Thank you. Listen, we've been making people finalists for Formula One. It's so exciting. We've been giving people passes to Andretti Indoor Karting and Games and making them finalists for the chance to win a pair of tickets to see Tiesto at the Formula One United States Grand Prix at Circuit of the Americas in Austin on Sunday. Raj Sharma, by the way, thanks. I just remembered.
Oh, that's it.
Raj Sharma. That was his name. Okay, so here's what we have. Sam has drawn the name.
Dun dun dun.
Sam has done all the work.
Sam has drawn the name, and I'm going to welcome that person to the show to tell them they're the winner. Hi, welcome to the Roula and Ryan Show. Vanessa?
Yes.
You're the grand prize winner! Vanessa, enjoy the thrill of the Formula One United States Grand Prix and a post-race celebration performance by Tiesto at the Germania, or as the Greeks say, Germania, Insurance Amphitheater at Circuit of the Americas on Sunday. And before racing, get this, Vanessa, you will explore the 3.41-mile racetrack full of music, activities, and food with 2 grounds passes. And later, you're going to watch Tiesto perform from a special VIP section. It is all brought to you by Atlantic Records. Congratulations!
Thank you so much.
Girl,
Awesome.
that grounds pass, let me tell you about that grounds pass. Every celebrity that goes to that race is walking on that thing. It's giant.
What's that guy you talked about?
Martin Brundle. Martin Brundle is the guy. You'll see a Sky News. If you see a guy with a microphone that says Sky News, it's a blue microphone, that guy walks the whole thing, and he
He's playing
talks to all of
celebrities?
these celebrities. And some people don't know him, but he is like the god of Formula One.
The whole world sees him.
The whole world sees him, and you're around the world talking to Martin Brundle. So
You call us on Monday or Tuesday when you get back and let us know how it
I
was.
definitely will.
congratulations,
Yay.
Vanessa. Hang on the line.
Vanessa
We'll
on
get
the
you off
streets.
the air. Yeah, and that's how we do that. And
Come
also,
on, make a song for her. Vanessa on the streets. all right?
Vanessa on the street. She's at the Grand Prix in Austin. Tiesto's here, and so is Vanessa. And KRBE is great.
Yeah, great. There you go.
Okay. Also, Go Stros, we won last night. Yes. So we've got one more game today in Arlington. 4:00 is the time. H-Town News brought to you by Duncan. And then they're going to be back here at the Juice Box, baby, on
Sunday night.
Sunday at 7:00 is the game. So coming up next is time to get into the weekend vibe.
Oh, yeah.
It is the Friday free-for-all.